I'm Amber Snedeker. I'm originally from Pickerington, Ohio. I've grown up in church my whole life. I started really getting involved in church when I was probably in my later teens. I became a youth leader. When I was 18, I met Matt, who was also another youth leader at my church. We became instantly great friends and eventually began dating. We were together for about 4 years. He was probably the only person who knew everything there was to know about me. 2 years into the relationship, things changed drastically. He was eventually diagnosed as bipolar and had early stages of schizophrenia. In April of 2009, he took his life. I would tell people I was fine. I didn't really let my family know how I felt. Then I developed kind of a bitterness and anger towards Christianity. In the church, I guess, that I grew up in, no one talked about their issues. Everyone was perfect. No one had problems. Unfortunately, I had some of the people I were close to that I felt I could trust and I tried to open up to, ended up using that information to kind of stab me in the back, and they betrayed my trust. That's when I decided to leave my church. I wanted to find inner peace. That was my thing. I was on this search for inner peace, but there was still a void in my life. I had also jumped into a relationship that was a huge mistake. While being here in Gracetown, I've come to fully understand what grace is. Grace is not deserved. Grace is God's gift to us through Jesus. There's nothing I could possibly do to deserve his grace. My life didn't instantly get better, but eventually they wanted to put me into other positions, and it just blew my mind because I was like, wait a minute, I'm dealing with all this crap right now. Like I'm just trying to get by every day, and you want to put me in a higher position? Growing up in church, my idea of the church was idealistic. There were rules and regulations. If you were a leader, you were on stage, you were involved in anything, you had to follow their rules strictly, or you were off the stage, you were off the team. You couldn't mess up. I've learned that you don't need to be perfect for God to use you. That's what our church is made up of. Our church is made up of struggling people. The Bible, God didn't use perfect people. God didn't use the Pharisees, is that what they're called? The Pharisees. He used the messed up people. He used the ones that, didn't always trust him. The greatest witness for Christ is a life that cannot be explained apart from God. My name is Amber, and I am the church.